Hi, I'm Elizabeth at the Radford Public Library with a book recommendation for you, and that's for Ann Patchett's newest book. It's titled The Dutch House. It came out last year and it is her 8th novel. We recently read this in our outreach book club, and I'd say almost all, if not all, the participants really enjoyed reading this book. We had a lot to discuss with this book. It is about two main characters who are siblings. They are Danny and Maeve Conroy. They grow up in this extravagant mansion, which is the Dutch House, and also the title of the book. The Dutch House, to me, is a little bit like Manderley and Rebecca, or Thornfield Hall and Jane Eyre, these literary houses that have their own standing, their own character in the novel, and bring so much mood to the story. So these two, Danny and Maeve, grow up in the Dutch House, and they grow up there without their mother because very early on the house is bought for her. She doesn't like it. She leaves, and Maeve and Danny are both quite young, Danny being the younger of the two siblings, and he doesn't really even remember her. But they grow up without their mother, and the real catalyst, I'd say, to this story is when their father remarries. He remarries a woman named Andrea, who plays a role of the wicked stepmother. Her goal is really to displace both Maeve and Danny from the family and take over the Dutch House. And the story spans about 5 decades, so we definitely get to see Maeve and Danny grow up well past their childhood and into their adulthood. And it's a great story, a little bit like the marriage of 3 different fairy tales, The Little Princess, Cinderella, and Hansel and Gretel. And of course we have a wicked stepmother to boot. It is a great story. It's so funny in parts. It's nostalgic. It's very much about family and forgiveness, and I just could not stop reading it. Actually, I listened to it as well. We have it on overdrive, and our audio version is recorded by Tom Hanks. And because this story is told from Danny's first person point of view, it's even better to have Tom Hanks narrate the story. He really brings Danny to life. I highly recommend either listening to it or reading it. We do have it here at the Radford Public Library, and again, it's The Dutch House by Ann Patchett. Thanks so much for listening. Stay well.